Oh, man. Yes, sir. Kurt Franklin right here. We got the one and only Bishop Joseph Walker, the senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee. Bishop Walker, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky, and good morning to everybody today. What a wonderful day it is in the Lord, and we thank God for y'all today. Let me tell you something. It is so powerful when we learn a great lesson of putting our lives in God's hands. I think it's so important, particularly because so many people live their lives in their own autonomy, saying, Lord, I got this, I'm doing this. But the reality is, as you mature and as you grow, you will learn the power of God's hands. You know, Jesus said something on the cross. Final words was, Father, into thy hands I commit my spirit. Because there's nothing more powerful than the hand of God. Because wherever the hand of God is, the plan of God is. In other words, the same hands that God has you covered in are the same hands that God can elevate you in. The same hands that God can elevate you in are the same hands that God can block stuff from coming to you with. I think it's important to ask yourself, whose hands are you in? The reason why so many people are dealing with pain is because you've been handled incorrectly. But my word to you today is to know when you put your life in God's hands, He knows how to handle you, even in your fragileness, because He'll make certain that He will not break you because of how valuable you are. Please understand, run to His hands because His hands have more power than anybody else's hands. Your dreams, your vision, every single thing you're after, put it in God's hands and watch the Master work miracles and amazing things for your future. Your life is in His hands.
Man, that's a good word, Bishop Joseph Walker. For everybody that's listening right now, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, I want everybody to follow me right now on Instagram at Joseph Walker 3. That's Joseph Walker, the number 3. And let me know you were listening to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Man, thank you, Bishop Walker, for that good word. Hey, I got a little old one for you right here, Bishop. Remember that Clay Evans, I'm blessed?
How many of you walked
in here? Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Man, we so blessed to be alive this morning. Here's Clay Evans, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Feet to walk.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 23 minutes after the hour. Got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is brought to you by Crest. Crest Pro Health stops cavities before they start. Most toothpaste quit working in minutes, but the antibacterial fluoride in Crest Pro Health protects for up to 12 hours. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Israel is at war. Around 6:30 a.m. local time on Saturday, sirens were heard as far as the Tel Aviv area as rockets flew over Israel. Now, militants from Gaza then entered Israel by land, sea, and air, with some even using paragliders. Videos show an attack on a music festival where Israeli rescuers say they found 260 people dead. Other clips show Israeli civilians being taken hostage. Hamas claims it is holding more than 100 hostages, including Israeli army officers. As of this morning, Israel's military says it has retaken control of all communities around Gaza. The collective death toll on both sides is more than 1,000 people, including 4 American citizens. Meanwhile, Senator Cory Booker and his staff safely departed Israel on Sunday, a day after being forced to shelter in place. A spokesperson for the senator released a statement saying, "We are grateful that Senator Booker and our colleagues were able to safely depart Israel earlier today." A lot going on over there. I'm sure you've seen the footage on social media, Ricky. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick update on today's leading headline. For more news, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Roxy, what you got in sports?
Well, them Dallas Cowboys got mollywopped last night by the San Francisco 49ers, 42-10. Cowboy quarterback Dak Prescott threw 3 interceptions, man. There's 2 undefeated teams left in the league. The 49ers are one of them. The Philadelphia Eagles are the other. Shake up in college football, man. We don't have time to go over all the games, but Rick, let me apologize to you and the Crimson Tide because on last week I said that Texas A&M was going to beat Alabama. Alabama goes into Texas A&M and beat them 26-20. Solid football game. So, when I'm right,
Yeah, you don't have to really apologize because we not that good this year.
But you know what? They got that one done. They got that one done.
Yeah, I know, but that offensive line, man, is terrible.
Hey, man, this is an Alabama team. They're going to have to win games like this the rest of the way. Like, they're going to have to win them nail biters.
Yeah, they're going to be ugly, all of them. The cupcake's going to be ugly.
Exactly. They got to win them ugly games. WNBA Finals tipped off over the weekend. Las Vegas Aces takes game 1 over the New York Liberty. It's a quick sports report right there. Garrett, what up there, man?
All right, y'all. Marlon Wayans is speaking now. He said come February, his name better be on the invite list for the pre-annual, or should I say Jay-Z's pre-annual and pre-Grammy Rock Nation brunch. He said, or else he's taking matters into his own hand. Now, they're saying the actor said he had enough of being snubbed access to the event that boasts several of the who's who in the entertainment industry. He said the Lauren Londons, honey, the Nipsey Hussle, the DJ Khaled, the Offset, Lil Kim, Chloe and Halle Bailey, Coco Jones. He said all these notable celebrities and then some money was all invited to this swanky gathering. He said his name has not been on it yet, and he want to know why it's not on it. So he said come February, if Jay-Z don't have his name on there, honey, I guess he's going to say something nice and pretty. So
you going to force somebody to invite you to their party?
I don't know. So, Ricky, have you ever been upset if your name wasn't on somebody's list, a party list?
I was upset I wasn't invited to a special birthday party for somebody I was close to. But
yeah.
That's neither here nor there. I was upset, though.
But did you make it public and say something about it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, then.
And got reprimanded real bad by the person's mother, so I shut up after that.
Okay. Well, we going to see, honey. Hopefully they put Marlon's name on the list, honey, because he's not happy about it. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today is English lavender. On the high end, you say English lavender, and on the low end, you say beautiful light purple. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Drake is taking a break from recording. I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, 29 before the top of the hour. I got the hot spot right here. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, there's no denying that people are in the mood to be spooked this October as The Exorcist Believer debuted in first place at the domestic box office over the weekend. Now, the film brought in $27.2 million, which Deadline reports is the best opening for the franchise. Meanwhile, Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie beat out Saw X for second place with $11.75 million. Meanwhile, Drake has released 3 albums in just over a year and is just finishing his It's All a Blur tour, but now he's taking a break. He said, I'm probably not going to make music for a little bit. I'm going to be real with you. I need to focus on my health first and foremost. He said, I've been having the craziest problems with my stomach for years, and I need to get it right. I have a lot of other things I would love to focus on, so I'm going to lock the door on the studio for a little bit, and I don't know what a little bit is. He said maybe a year or something, but maybe a little bit longer. But he's not done yet. At his Toronto show Friday, he spotted a woman in the crowd revealing on a sign that she had been diagnosed with MS. He said, I'm going to pay whatever it takes to get you the best help in the world. I promise you that, he told her. He also promised to connect her with his longtime producer, Noah 40 Shebib, who also suffers from MS. So that was really sweet. He's been doing a lot of big things for his fans. That's super duper nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, right. Last but not least, in Jada Pinkett Smith's new memoir, Worthy, the Set It Off actress reveals that she suffers from complex trauma with PTSD and disassociation, as well as depression. Now, as a result of this, she shares how the state of her mental health has been in contrast with her so-called perfect life. She said, for 2 decades, I've been putting on a good face, going with the flow, telling everybody I was okay. She writes in an excerpt published by People on Friday, October 6th. She said, yet underneath, bouts of depression and overwhelming hopelessness had smoldered until they turned into raging hellfire in my broken heart. The Girls Trip actress also addressed a time when she and her husband, Will Smith, were not in a good place, and they had not been for a while. She said, on paper, it looked all grand. I had the beautiful family, the superstar husband, the lavish lifestyle, fame and fortune, she writes. She said, by Thanksgiving, I'd fallen into despair and wanted to be on this earth less and less. This was not living. So I guess y'all got to check out her book to get the rest of that story. Gary, you looking at me funny. What you want to say?
Oh, no, that's touching. It sounds sad, but bless her soul.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we're going to bless her soul. And we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got Rock T's Joke of the Day.
Yes.
Rock T, the question is it going to be fun?
We're going to lift everybody's happiness.
We finance.
Lord. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time for Rock T's Joke of the Day. Let's go.
A businessman went into the office and found an inexperienced handyman painting the walls. The handyman was wearing 2 heavy jackets on a hot summer day. Thinking this was a little strange, the businessman asked the handyman, "Why are you wearing 2 jackets on such a hot day?" The handyman showed him the instructions on the can of paint that read, "For best results, put on 2 coats."
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I like that one.
I like that one too. That was good, Rock.
Yeah,
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, dog.
Put on
That's
2 coats.
that's like that joke. That joke. Your mama's so dumb. They said 18 and under to get in. She went back and got 17 more people. Kind of like that.
That was a good one, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that, Rock.
How come Brad ain't laughing?
Is that like a double entendre joke? Okay, is that?
Yeah. It's a play. Yes, it's just a play on words.
Yeah, put on 2 coats.
Yeah.
You took it literally.
That joke of cooking.
Well, that must be what these teenagers be reading on them cans of paint, walking around with them coats and them hoodies on.
For
I
real,
don't know.
dog. For real.
I'm gonna let you rock with Gary. Come on, Gary.
Oh, it was cute, honey. I chugged it. I might use that one.
2 coats.
2 coats.
I like that one, Rock. All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, Maria, what you got this morning?
So, Ricky, they call it the happiest place on earth, but a woman in her 30s is suing Walt Disney World after one of their water slides gave her a wedgie so bad that she had to be hospitalized. Her name is Emma McGinnis. Yeah, she was on a 30th birthday trip with her family in 2019. It happened on a slide called Humunga Cowabunga in Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park. It's a 214-foot slide with a 5-story drop, and they usually make you cross your legs to avoid this kind of thing. The lawsuit claims Disney didn't make it clear just how important that was. Get this, near the end of the slide, Emma briefly got airborne and hit the pool at the bottom so hard it gave her life-altering wedgie that damaged her internal organs, and it was bad enough that she needed surgery.
Man.
So she wants Disney to be more upfront about the risks and maybe ban certain bathing suits. It could be wedgie-prone. And she's seeking at least $50,000 to cover mental and physical anguish, hospital bills, and loss of earnings.
Okay.
50,000 ain't that bad for Disney.
Yeah. So let's think about what happened though.
Yeah, that wedge.
Yeah.
Gotta keep them legs crossed,
She
man.
at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, you can't have
They
the
said
garage.
she hit it so hard everything just went up in the crack. I guess
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
cross your ankle. You got to cross your ankles on those wedges. Special case.
You can't have the garage door open.
There you go.
Old-fashioned, the rib grip, they put your barbecue sauce on a paintbrush. And the man that cooked the meat, his hands are the same color as the meat. If you ever get there late, they're closing, people stand outside just to lick his fingers and suck his thumb. That's how good that barbecue is. I know good barbecue. I like to go to a barbecue place where somebody just got shot. And nobody got out of line. That's when you know that's some...
Sound like Red's barbecue in St. Louis.
Yeah, man.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Jay-Z, the husband of Miss Beyonce Giselle Carter Knowles, honey, Knowles Carter. You know, he recently did an interview with Kevin Hart, Ricky, and it really kind of touched my heart. It kind of hurt me real bad because, you know, they were talking about, you know, money and stuff. You know, they're saying that Jay-Z is definitely a billionaire. They're saying he's worth $2.5 billion, where Beyonce is only worth $540 million as of now. But anyway, a cousin of his just really, Ricky, he had a dream, and he just was asking for a little money, and he went to his cousin Jay-Z, and here's what Jay-Z said.
Cousins in your grandma's living room saying, yo, man, I got this play. I want to, if you just give me $4,800, I could make you $2 million. You like, it don't work like that, fam. And you got to explain to him, like, life isn't like that. Money isn't free, and no one's giving out opportunities. If it sounds too good to be true, it's really, and then he like, oh, you don't believe in my dreams.
Ricky, that's sad. Yeah. Ricky, he didn't believe in his cousin's dream. He didn't ask for that $4,800. He's a billionaire.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Show me. You know, sometimes you just have to let people show you that the play or whatever the situation is can make money. Can't just be out here you just can't do it. Right. And everybody kind of different. Yeah, you got to come up with a real plan, Gary.
But his plan was he's gonna make him some money. He told him he said he's gonna make $2 million.
Did he have anything on paper?
He probably did have something on paper though. I mean, but $4,800 though, Ricky, to Jay-Z as a billionaire. I mean, he sneezed his dad, and he would sneeze more. But I feel bad for his cousin, you know.
Yeah, but if you got a player that's gonna make $2 million and it only costs $4,800, why you can't get up $4,800?
Yeah, well, I mean,
you can hustle that up. You can hustle that up in 6 months if you work real hard. You can get $4,800 now.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Jay-Z rethought it and just probably
And then once your place start making money, then you say, hey, you want a mass producer? Here's the numbers. Here's what we got. Here's what we made. You know what I'm saying? You know,
well, if I was him, honey, I would have went to his doggone cousin Beyonce and talked to her on the side. Say, Beyonce,
now me personally, I would have gave him the $4,800, to do the play and just let him go on about his business. If if I had $2 billion, me personally, but everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different. He said they don't just give away money like that. So we're just going to keep that cousin lifted up in prayer, and hopefully everything goes well.
Why he ain't just rounded up to 5,000? I would have had more respect for him.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're just going to see. So Ricky, then my next, Ricky, you talk to Roy?
Who? Yeah, I did. We've been texting each other all weekend.
Okay, well, good. Well, we definitely want to solicit the prayer warriors, too, for Roy Wood. I don't know if y'all heard the shocking news, but Roy Wood announced, y'all, that his departure from The Daily Show after being passed up, y'all, by the permanent position, the host position. Now, comedian Roy Wood Jr., he's saying goodbye to The Daily Show. He was on that show for, 8 years? Now, they're saying that the Comedy Central correspondent recently revealed y'all that he will not be returning to the series once it returns, honey, later in this month. Now, according to the reports, they're saying Roy made the tough decision after the network announced that he would not be choosing, at least they would not be choosing a permanent host for the show until 2024. Now, they're saying, if you could recall, y'all, the previous host was South African native Mr. Trevor Noah, and he left the series last year following a 7-year run. Now, they say Roy, who was brought in, y'all, as a contributor to the show by Noah, has now been on the show for 8 years and said he's moving on, y'all, to find bigger and better things. That's what he reported. Yeah. He said, quote, I can't come up with Plan B is while still working with Plan A. The job of correspondent is not really one where you can juggle multiple things. And, he went on and on. So, he said it was a good run, those 8 years.
I talked to him this weekend. He got big things coming that he's working on. And, Roy going to always find work. He's one of the best to do it. He is king of Birmingham, Alabama, crowned by me. And he going to make some big things happen. So, sometimes you got to let something go in order to get something bigger, because God got bigger things. Because God will not bless you with new furniture if your house ain't clean. So sometimes you got to clean house so you can get the new furniture. And he going to do good. He's been in the industry long enough. He got scripts. He's intelligent. Best prank phone calls of all time. And he going to make it happen.
Yeah. And, and 8 years, that's a long time. But, and if I could say this, I thought back when we first started this show, when you took this show, and you made it very clear that you wanted this show to be syndicated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that was within a year. And, and you got it syndicated. So, I mean,
we had dreams. We had goals.
Yeah.
So he going to be fine. I promise you that.
Great.
They say you got to go to grow.
Yeah. So I think I'm supposed to go, Ricky.
Yep.
Gary, no. No. Who's going to pour the tea, Gary? Gary, no.
Okay. I'm going to put some good lemon in that tea.
All them ugly outfits and them ugly short sets, Gary, what would we do?
Yeah, now, man, you going to pay me, Negro, honey, for having people humiliating me over the doggone weekend, honey, about my battery and these outfits, honey, but we'll talk about that later. All right, the Kahlua today, honey, is one of my favorite Kahlua. My Kahlua today is English lavender. On the high end, you say English lavender, and on the low end, you say beautiful light purple. That's your Kahlua for today.
We appreciate you, Gary, always, ladies and gentlemen. Damn it, if you in your car, stand up right now. Give it up for Gary with the tea.
Stand up.
Yeah. What's going on, baby? Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry for calling you at work. Is you busy? What's that? This Leo Devlin, baby. I'm one of Derek's friends. Say what now? We finna do an intervention for Derek, me and some of my buddies, and you're a bad influence on him, so we don't need you coming around him no more with all that drinking and all that malt liquor, because we're trying to get him together. You're a bad example. I just wanted to call and let you know what's going on. So, well, who gave you my number? Baby, we'll get to all that in a second, baby. I'm just calling to give you my business, and then we'll handle your business when we handle my business. Well, no, we handling my business first, because you called me at work. Baby, I'm sorry for calling you at work, right. Baby. But you don't tell me I'm no bad example for Derek. That's him to decide that. Well, baby, I'm trying to intervention. That's why it's called an intervention, because the boy don't know no better. He don't know that you ain't no good for him. That's up to him. You come around cussing and drinking around his daughter, too. Who come around drink? No, the daddy do that. You come around there. Good day. No, baby, don't. Hello?
The person you called is no longer on the line.
Yeah. I apologize, baby. Excuse me, Mr. Derek is on the other line, and I told him I don't appreciate your friends calling here, insulting me at my job because I'm highly intelligent. He's on the other line now, because if it's anything he needs to tell me, he's man enough, just like he was woman enough. He came and got me. Baby. I didn't follow him. And then as far as his daughter, if she got anything to say to me, she need to come and say me, because I'm the one that helping her ass. I am the one that gave damn money when she didn't have. I am the one that took care of their children and got into a dispute with the husband and lent him they ass money because they didn't have no where to go. They ain't tell me that. See? I ain't know that, baby. We just trying to get an intervention. Derek don't even know nothing about this even finna go down. First of all, the daughter should have fronted me. She don't need to have Derek don't need to have no friends or nobody calling trying to, talk to me about what we need to do as far as Derek. You got the game twisted, baby. That ain't even what we was even talking about, baby. I don't care, but I'm just saying, you don't come telling me I'm coming around her cursing and all that. Well, that's what they had told me, baby, and I'm just trying to get Derek together, so I was trying to get out all the bad entities, and I thought you was a bad entity. His friend with the glasses and everybody else said I am a good example for Derek, because first of all, I comes over there and cook. And then, frankly speaking, I'm going to tell him to call her at her job because I don't appreciate that. Ooh, Lord, well, let me straighten this out right now. I don't appreciate that. She's saying I'm a bad influence for her father. I don't appreciate this worth a damn. Well, one more person you need to call when you start making your calls, comedian Roy Wood Jr., because this is a prank phone call. Hey, tell her, don't let me have to be taking out a pistol for everybody today. Don't go to me on my job talking no because she knows she know I'm the right one for you, baby.
Black Tony, what's up?
Yeah, I'm telling you what's up.
Can I talk to you, man?
Yeah, it's your word.
I got a gig for you, man. Me and John Lyon, we performing at the Cobb Energy Center in Atlanta on the 14th.
Well, I got bad news for you, son. Boy.
I'm gonna pay you.
I got.
But you got to come to work. If you come to work one day this week, I'll let you come close the show in the ATL.
Do what I'm trying to tell you, though.
At the Cobb Energy Center, October the 14th.
So I hear what you're saying, but listen here. You ever heard the saying big bank take little bank?
Yeah.
You know what big bank take little bank mean?
What that mean?
Big bank take little bank. That mean I got a better job offer with somebody who got bigger bank than you, shawty.
What you mean?
Take little bank. Big bank take little bank. I'm finna go to Malago, shawty. I'm getting on the bus at 8:30. I'm going to Malago, shawty, down in Florida with Donald Trump.
For what?
They said they need a new black person to stand behind him at his rally and hold up that sign and wear that T-shirt, Black for Trump. They finna pay me, shawty. They finna pay me $100 for every one of them I go to, shawty.
No, don't.
The crowd up. I'm gonna be the black patron. They said when the camera get on you, just smile real hard. They said show all your teeth. And I said, hell yeah. For $100, hell yeah. Every time I get to go out. Hell yeah, boy, I'm finna get that money, boy. What did you talking about, boy?
Why your voice going high?
Why your voice excited, boy? Why I'm finna get that money, boy? Wait.
Why black people
do it? Boy, all I gotta do is wear that T-shirt that say "Black for Trump" and smile real hard.
Yeah.
Boy, you think I ain't finna get that money?
Hey, why black people voice get high every time they start getting excited? You gonna do what, Black Tony?
But I'm finna get that $100 every time I go down there with Donald Trump. Boy, you think I'm finna get that money? Boy, you think I'm boy? What is you talking about, boy? Big bang, take little bang. Shout it. Nobody wants your little money, but I'm finna be out there with Donald Trump, boy.
Hey, can I ask you a question, man? What does that have to do with you not coming to work today, though? Today is Monday.
I'm finna go to Malago today, shout I got to practice. They told me they want me to practice smiling real hard.
And what you gonna say, make America great again?
I ain't gotta say nothing. I ain't gotta put a little hat on, smile real hard, and wear that T-shirt say "Black for Trump." Boy, I'm finna get this money. What is you saying, boy?
And if Donald Trump tell you get on the microphone, what you gonna get up there and say, Black Tony?
I'm gonna say Black Tony say "Make America great again." Black people make America great again. Hey, he asked me to tell you. He told me to ask you, do you have Ben Trump number? Cause he need a better lawyer. Cause right now they on his ass. Oh.
America treats black people the way cashiers treat pennies. Legally, they have to accept us everywhere. But if you walk in with more than 4 or 5, everybody's like, what the is this bullshit?
Who is that, Kate?
You know what? They didn't identify the comedian. They just it's just a comedy clip. They didn't identify who he was, but that was funny. And true.
Hold it! Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 4 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Nicki Minaj, honey, she is demanding that $26,000 worth of jewelry. She don't be sued no more. She don't want the judge to sue. Now they're saying, honey, that, you know, they loaned this girl jewelry. You know how they loan the celebrities jewelry to wear to different events and whatever. But she wanted the judge to toss out a lawsuit for $60,000 because they told her, they said, you damaged our jewelry. And she said she didn't damage the jewelry. It wasn't her. So she's telling the judge she wanted him to file a motion on it for dismissal of the independent jewelry company. And they say they're not going to do it. But she just gave her husband, friends, all kind of jewelry, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of jewelry and stuff or whatever for just being who they were. But now she don't want to pay these people, you know, for the jewelry that she damaged and stuff. I'm like, that is sad. Why rich people do stuff like that? I mean, you borrowed the jewelry and you damage it or whatever, and now you don't want to pay it back. I mean, Ricky, have you ever borrowed any jewelry?
I ain't borrowing any jewelry, but Brett told me that when she be borrowing jewelry and stuff, she tried to make sure that all the jewelry is safe, and Brett always take the jewelry that she rent back on time. Brett.
You know what? Let me stop.
You did one of my numbers.
Just pray for me. First of all, I ain't never rented no jewelry, okay?
Brett. What did you tell me last night on the phone? When we was talking?
You lying. I didn't even talk to you last night. You lying.
What?
Brett, did you call me and say you like, can the dude give you a discount?
No, I didn't.
I can't even get it together.
You can't even get that lie right.
And I could attest her that she ain't borrowing no jewelry.
Okay, thank you, Gary.
Oh, honey.
Gary been with me,
I
honey.
was with her, baby.
You don't what's that, what, Gary?
I was with her.
We don't borrow jewelry.
Baby,
we purchase.
Brett went down there.
But it's okay. But if would you be quiet, Ricky? Stop
take me
lying.
down there. They're gonna ask me to co-sign or what she gonna wear a necklace to T.I. party or something.
Oh, you
crazy.
such a lie. Go on, Gary.
But it's sad though. But if she owed $26,000, shouldn't be that much.
I don't think she owe. I think they lying. They just need something to say to get somebody to buy some of their jewelry or something. Because even if she borrowed it, the stylists do that for people. You know what I'm saying? They'll borrow it so you can have it to wear because you're not gonna wear it again more than once you wear it to that award show. And how do you damage jewelry, Gary? Unless a diamond or something fell out, they should be insured for that already.
That's what I was going to ask.
If it gets
scratched,
scratched,
they would have insurance.
Yes, this jewelry company is bogus. I promise you that.
Well, honey, let's pray. If Nikki owe him, just go ahead and pay
She
him.
don't owe them nothing. And you think she ain't got $26,000 to go on and pay them? That's chump change to her.
Yeah, I would think that's her hair. But anyway, we're going to follow this story, honey, and see how this all turned out. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, baby, Kendrick Lamar, baby, got his news, honey, at the Austin City Limits, honey. Now, they're saying, y'all, he found out the hard way, baby, that festival curfews are no joke. Now, they're saying during an exciting yet rare performance, honey, from Mr. Kendrick Lamar at the Austin City Limits, they say fans was upset, baby, when his mic was cut off, honey, once he passed the curfew. They're saying, honey, before the performance ended, they say Lamar ran through a lot of his show-stopping songs or whatever. They say, but the staff warned the DNA rapper, honey, of the strict 10 p.m. curfew ahead of his performance. They say once festival attendees posted a video 18 minutes after curfew showing. They say Lamar said, honey, I was told, honey, that you all have a curfew here. He said, but I'm gonna tell you what, honey. He said they have to cut my mic off because I ain't doing nothing. And they say, baby, within minutes, honey, Mr. Lamar was, honey, doing a bow, honey, to the crowd at the stage because they turned his mic off, honey. I mean, don't y'all pay extra money to have extra time at these events?
It's like, what is it, Brett, like 5,000 per minute?
Yeah,
that you go over?
it's crazy. Yeah,
especially at the Erie Crown in Chicago.
You better hope they cut your mic off.
What?
Hey, Brett, don't they rush y'all off stage at the Erie Crown in Chicago? Absolutely. They don't play that union thing?
They don't play that. You ain't going 1 minute over. They put a big clock on the stage. You better pay attention to it. It counts down your time.
What?
And then the other thing is, man, the audience need to get there on time because people be waiting on the audience to get there to start the show. The audience get there on time. The artist always there ready to perform. And then they be like, hold on, we're going to wait 15 minutes, let some more people get in. No, you got to start the show on time.
Well, honey, whoever wasn't there, they missed it because, baby, they turned the mic off. So, honey, there you go. Mr. Kendrick Lamar, they fixed this butt up, honey. This ain't your place, honey. This is ours. So, I hope they don't turn yours off this weekend, Ricky. But anyway. All right, I want to give I had my class reunion this past weekend, honey, in Houston, Texas. And I want to give a shout out to some of my classmates that made this reunion because we were having a major reunion. And, the people, honey, didn't, get along. We didn't come on one accord. So, we had to separate and have a separate reunion. So, I want to give a shout out to those classmates that made this reunion epic, honey. I want to say Tawana Esprit, Tanya Patio Phillips, Charles Johnson, his beautiful wife Alicia White Johnson, and Leonard Marshall. Those are the classmates that made the reunion epic.
So y'all did a split class reunion?
We did a split when Ricky and
did most people come to the one that you went to?
Oh, yes, honey. That was the class reunion. Yes.
And what was the other event where you didn't get the $300 back?
The $350 back, honey. That was the other reunion in Port Arthur, honey. And now I'm going to court.
They didn't go to that one?
No, I didn't go to that because Ricky, they owed me $350. They didn't give me back my money, so I don't know if I had to
y'all had y'all class reunion in Houston.
Yeah, we had the class, in parentheses, the class reunion in Houston. Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, we had a ball. I mean, everybody
and then
looked amazing.
your white classmate, they had their own separate reunion.
Yeah, theirs is this weekend. Yeah.
I'll be damned. Y'all got a segregated class reunion in Port Arthur, Texas. That's crazy.
Well, he graduated high school in 1953. What do you expect?
But guess what's so cold about it, just Special K? Guess what's so cold about it? I graduated. But anyway, child, so that was a wonderful thing. So I was shout out to all those classmates. We had a nice time. Everything was beautiful. Now, see, Special K, honey, wasn't in a class to graduate from a class in 1953. Damn. So that's why
my GED, my fellow GED recipients, we get together and go to Waffle House once a year.
Really? Well, good for y'all then, honey. We had a class reunion, so we didn't go to the Waffle House. So that's a shout out to them. And the color today, honey, is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is English lavender, Special K. On the high end, you say English lavender, and on the low end, you say beautiful light purple. That's your color for today, honey. Y'all didn't have those words, honey.
The hatred and the shade that go on this show.
I know, Ricky, the devil.
I don't understand, Gary. I don't understand.
And at least, Ricky, we know about class reunions because, like I said, Special K didn't have one because he didn't graduate.
Not necessary to keep repeating it.
Well, we want the people to know for the people upstairs.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, ladies and gentlemen, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and in 2023, there are expected to be over 300,000 new cases this year.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and our black women are about 40% more likely to die from breast cancer than our white women in 2023. Now, about 36,260 new cases of breast cancer are expected to occur among black women. So joining us this morning from the Susan G. Komen Foundation is Executive Director Dr. Jamar Jeffers and breast cancer survivor Brandy Lewis. Thank y'all both for joining us this morning. Thank y'all for coming on. And first off, Dr. Jefferson, what exactly is breast cancer, and what are the different types of breast cancer, and what causes it?
Well, there's no known cause for breast cancer. There's various different types and various different stages. There's metastatic breast cancer. I can go through like the WebMD version of it all, but there's different types and different stages depending on like where it's being caught and if it's spread or anything like that. What was that next question?
Kind of like, well, I know you said it's different causes of it, but the types of breast cancer, what exactly is it? And I just don't understand because just so many people are dying. I'm on Facebook and I'm just watching all these people stage 4 breast cancer.
Yeah, there's no known cause for breast cancer, and that's the important work that we do here at Susan G. Komen to let folks know. It's important for early detection, and that's why we promote healthy habits, and especially with black women who have denser breast tissues, and women of color in general have denser breast tissue. So that's why it's important that women participate in clinical trials and they participate in early detection. The conventional knowledge says that women should get their mammograms at the age of 40. But I have folks on my board, and there's research supporting that women in their 20s and 30s are getting breast cancer, and when it's younger in age, it's more aggressive than anything. So the answer to the question is no known cause of it. So it's just one of those things that we just keep pounding the pavement, keep spreading the word. Susan G. Komen actually has released a new program called Share for the Cure, where women who are diagnosed with breast cancer, you can participate in with your doctor, your physician, to sort of share your symptoms and your stages, so they can see if any patterns are out there that can be recognized with things. So help us get to the cure faster and try to figure out why this disease is spreading so rampant.
Well, Dr. Jeffers, what exactly are we looking for? Because we know about early detection, but what are we feeling for? Some people may get lumps confused with like cystic tissue. Look, I'm just making emotions on my chest. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Some women report that they have like a lump, and my colleague here, when I spoke with her, hers was the size of a pea. So it all depends. Yeah, very, very small. So did you want to sort of share your story?
Sure. Mine, I actually had no lump at all.
Wow.
It was a routine mammogram, and I have no history of breast cancer in my family at all. So I'm getting my routine breast exam, thinking nothing of it. They called me back and said that I need to get a ultrasound because my breast tissue is dense, and that's the case for a lot of black women.
Right.
So, excuse me. So I came back for the ultrasound, and then I have my line sister who's Renee Thomas. She is a PA, so I always ask her all of my health questions, right? So I said, Renee, I got to go back for this ultrasound. What should I do? She said, don't worry, most of our tissue is dense, so most people have to get called back in. So after the ultrasound, they then said I had to get an MRI. I'm like, okay, all right, just go through the process. I went through all the steps. After that came back, they said I had to get a biopsy. So the biopsy was like, okay, that's to determine, if they see something, but they're not certain exactly what it is.
Right.
So I got the biopsy. They said, okay, your results should come back in about a week. I actually get a MyChart notification the very next day. I'm a real estate agent, so I'm in between showing properties. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what this MyChart result reads. And the language popped up, which I had no clue what it meant. Of course, I'm a lay person, so I have no idea what it means. So I sent it to my line sisters, who are both in the medical field, and I said, am I good? And she called me immediately, and she said, no, Brandy, you have DCIS, which is ductal carcinoma in situ. So what that means, it's breast cancer, but it's the earliest stage possible. And at that point, of course, I had to meet with a breast specialist, determine
your day was ruined.
My day. Listen, I had to show up to the next property, let my clients know I have an emergency that I had to tend to. And then my husband met me, and we just kind of said, we're going to fight through it. We're going to get through this. So the beauty of my situation was that it was caught so early. And early detection, I can't stress it enough, because again, I had no history of breast cancer in my family, and just a routine. There was no lumps anywhere, and so it was really the mammogram that put me in a position where I only had to get a lumpectomy, and where they removed the breast tissue that's cancerous, and reconstructive surgery. I also was told that would have to get 4 to 6 weeks of radiation, which I was not looking forward to.
Right.
But once they got my pathology report, that also revealed that because it was caught so early again and the type of cancer I had, I actually didn't have to get the radiation.
Thank God.
So
Wow.
I'm the poster child for if you had to get
Early
a diagnosis.
detection.
Early detections put me in a position where I didn't have to go through what so many women, the chemo, radiation. It was truly the early detection that put me in a position I'm in today.
Yeah, I think it's important. That's I literally, Brandy and I have some mutual friends. Shout out to Renee J. Bailey, and I saw her story on IG, and I sent her a DM like, "Hey, I'm the executive director. We know each other tangentially through our mutual friends, but like, hey, I want to help tell your story." And that's how we sort of landed here today. So it's important, like early detection, and especially in the African American community, we need to talk about like health and genetic things within our family. I've had 2 aunts that passed away from breast cancer, and I was like a teenager, and just being a teenager bopping around like, oh, such and such had cancer. Now that I work in breast cancer, like my 2 aunts had breast cancer, so it's like it's something that we're not talking about enough.
Right.
So it's just, we start talking about health equity and all those things, and it's a shame that women of color, in some of the places we live, we don't have the best medical facilities. So if you're an hourly worker, if you don't have paid time off, I've come across some survivors and thrivers like, yeah, I felt my lump, but I just kept going to work because I had to take care of my family.
Right.
I don't have paid time off. So we say, where you live should determine whether you live or not. So we are total champions of the early detection. And not even like with adult women, like I'm having conversations with the school districts. People want to pink out the games. It's cool to see the boys put on pink socks during the football games. I'm like, no, we need to pink out the softball games. We need to pink out those volleyball games, the girls basketball, the girls swimming. Like we have to make this thing like a mainstay within our community if we're going to put a dent in the universe on this.
Right. And knowledge is equity. When you talked about that part there, and, Brandy, I just want to just say thank you so much, because your story should really resonate with so many women listening right now, especially the fact that you did not feel a lump. Dr. Jeffers, I want to ask you a question, because we're seeing more young women being diagnosed with breast cancer, and there's been a lot of conversation about the environment and its impact on cancer diagnosis. We hear deodorants and things in the food and chemicals in the air. Do we have any research that supports exposure and how that impacts cancer diagnosis?
Well, shout out to one of my board members, Dr. Anita Johnson, who's down at the City of Hope, who's one of the leading I always say one of the leading breast surgeons in America, in the world. I had lunch with her a few months back, and we're just catching up, and she said that I had operated on a 24-year-old woman today who had very, very, very aggressive breast cancers. Again, no known cause. But what she's seeing is that age is creeping up more and more and more. It's not 40 anymore. So I was on Capitol Hill lobbying back in June for breast cancer legislation. And I think the next battle that we're going to have to talk about or try to tackle is moving that mammogram age from 40 to mid-20s, 30s, And as one of my board members says, if it keeps costing the federal government or insurance company more money, because it's cheaper to pay for a mammogram than to pay for radiation or chemotherapy and all those other things that come along with it. So we're working, like, there's no known cause to answer your question. Like, there's nothing. It's befuddling to her. But she was like, she's seeing it earlier and earlier. One of our walkers that's coming up, she's got 3 nieces, and she's Caucasian. She's got 3 nieces in their 30s that have been diagnosed with it. So it's one of those head scratchers. That's why we have our Share for the Cure platform. This is why it's important that we tell our stories, and again, early detection and all those things.
Yeah, we definitely got to have y'all back on, because we need more time to talk about this. And I really appreciate y'all for coming on this morning. We want everybody 25 at the age of 25 and older to go and get checked if you can. Thank you both for your continued work on educating our listeners and saving lives with the early detection. Let everybody know how they can follow you.
And you can go to on Instagram and Twitter, Susan G. Coleman, at Susan G. Coleman. You can go there. We have walks throughout the nation in all the major American cities. So we're here local here in Atlanta. We have our More Than Pink Walk on the 21st. So if you're here in Atlanta, we're going to be at Lenox Mall, 7:30 in the morning. It's our More Than Pink Walk. We should have over 5,000 people out there. It's going to be a walk, but it's a time for remembrance, rejoicing, and I'm going to have a little day party afterwards in the parking lot. So if you're around, it's going to be a good time for a good cause.
Whatever city you're in, if you're in Cleveland, if you're in Miami, if you're listening in Dallas, Jackson, Mississippi, South Carolina, Charlotte, make sure that y'all participate because they be having those walks every Saturday. Make sure that you participate. Thank you so much, man. Y'all give it up for Dr. Jefferson and Brandy Lewis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all know Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Rock T, what you got today?
All right, man. So my cousin's baby father got caught messing around at least a couple of times with a girl who went to school with us and was a cheerleader with my cousin. All right.
My cousin's baby father.
Yeah, my cousin's baby father
got caught messing
around with another girl who went to school with them, and they both was on the cheerleading squads. All right, you with me?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, my cousin is very mad about it and told me she's gonna call his job and tell him that he's been stealing stuff and selling it. He works for Amazon, so she finna blow his cover because she mad because he cheating. All right, or is he cheating? Let's keep going on. Now, if she do that, he gonna go back to jail for some years because he been locked up 3 times already for burglary, theft, and selling some weed. She say that he should have thought about that before he did her dirty. I told her she was doing too much, and they're not together anyway. And he's behind on his child support. And if he gets locked up, he's really not gonna be able to pay anything. He's actually a pretty good dude who loves his little boy who's 3 years old. But he do be stealing and hustling on the side. Should I just stay out of it because he's dead wrong? Or should I ride with my cousin?
And what is she to him again?
Like my cousin's baby father. So
yeah, stay out of it.
Yeah, so she's the cousin of the girl, the woman.
Right. Yeah, but get somebody locked. But I mean, first of all, let's start with he need to clean his life up. Stop with the side stuff and the stealing or whatever. Stay out of trouble. But I don't know, Brett. What you think? I'm kind of.
Now keep in mind they ain't together no more.
Wait, him and the cousin ain't together.
They ain't together no more.
So he dating somebody else on the cheerleading squad.
Right. And they got a baby together.
It ain't none of her business.
Period.
Stay out of it. Boy, I tell you, man, sometimes people can be really, really vindictive. And the thing about it is, like, if you have a Gary, what are your thoughts?
Okay, because Rick, I hear what you're saying. And maybe she should stay out of it. But this is how I'm looking at it. That's her cousin. Now, her cousin was with this doggone guy probably during the time when he was in jail initially. She sat there and waited on him to get out of damn jail to be a good girlfriend or whatever to him. And then you get yourself out of jail, and then you still go out and mess up over and cheating on her and doing all kind of stuff. Well, that hurts that girl. That hurt that girl. So I'm hurt, damn it. So now I'm going to fix you up. Since you done did this to my cousin after she done sat there and waited on you to come out of the damn pen, and then you get out and still do your old little ways. So we're going to fix you up then. I mean, it's sad. I'm hurt that you may be going back to jail, but honey, you hurt me.
Yeah,
so.
But Gary, they ain't together no more.
They not together, but she was still with him, damn it, when he was in jail. She probably was giving him damn money on his books, paying commissary and stuff like that.
I think she's just mad because she found out that he messed around with the girl that was on the same cheerleading squad as her.
Okay, and exactly, and she should be mad because that could have been her damn friend or whatever. You don't know what the relationship was with the cheerleader and the doggone girl, and not a cousin.
So you think being vindictive is the answer?
Well, I'm not gonna use that word vindictive because it is. But anyway, but Ricky, but it's not. Let's just say I'm hurt. So since I'm hurt, honey, this is how I'm reacting with my hurt. So I'm gonna do this. So yes, that may be vindictive, but I'm hurt, and what you're doing to me, and you humiliating me, and I sat and waited your damn butt after you was in the doggone pen, and you didn't did all that. No.
By moving on with his life, they're not together anymore, and it's not humiliation.
But he's still seeing her. He's still saying, and the girlfriend got babies for him, got children for him.
They got one child together.
Like one child ain't nothing. One child still, she got to take care of that one damn child while he gallivanting with other doggone women and stuff.
But he's in the child's life. He's in the son's life.
I don't care, but damn it, stop playing with the mama then. You're doing something with her. You coming around seeing her, then made her
upset.
upset.
Baby only 3, so you're going to be in the mama life some
Okay, so that's my point. But y'all acting like
they might not be in a relationship though.
And it also may have to do with who it is, because we were cheerleaders together, so maybe they still had some type of communication. So
And maybe-
that's another layer of betrayal.
Yes.
And maybe the baby would become a great cheerleader someday. Got a lot of-
Ricky.
No, thank
And
you.
Whatever
the
the
boy,
situation.
you know, instead of doing the tea on the morning show, he could be a cheerleader.
That's right. And that's
Gary,
probably
that
why
could have been your
man.
situation. You could have been out there doing splits and then holding you up in the air and tossing you around instead of getting tossed around in the dark like you do.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We sitting up here talking about Gary brought up. Gary, you said you had already because we have to have the conversations about your final arrangements if something was to happen to you. And I was just disappointed that Gary talking about you gonna be buried in Port Arthur, Texas. We were talking about the outside. Gary had Dad had a break baby. That did not sit with the family at Gary's dad's funeral. I was sitting next to Rock T, and now why you said the brother didn't the other kids that's not by your mama didn't ride in the limousine?
What? I don't know. I mean, I think they really want to ride, in separate cars, Ricky. I don't think they want to be with us that close. So I think,
And they sat over there with us. They didn't sit with the family, didn't they? I don't know.
y'all, because y'all sat on the opposite side of us.
And you say you're not going to be buried in Atlanta.
No.
Atlanta, because all of your fans, you on Dish Nation, you on a radio show, all your fans, might want to come to the cemetery. Why would you want to get buried way in Port Arthur, Texas?
Because that's where I'm from. I mean, I don't have no family here. I mean, so why would I want to get buried somewhere where nobody would come see me?
Your fans. What about your fans? Ain't nobody finna go all the way to Port Arthur, Texas to put flowers on your grave.
Well, they could come. I mean,
And then in Atlanta, they got the cemetery for the LGBT community. They got a pink turf.
Yeah.
They got a big rainbow gate that you go in, and they got what's them big pink bird flamingos?
Flamingos, and unicorns.
And unicorns walking around, in the cemetery. Then they playing. Then you can hear Jermaine Stewart. You and I been getting it on. The word is out. They got a whole cemetery for y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, but I have to go.
And
you got to go where you're from.
And boy, I swear, you gonna let me do your funeral arrangement?
Yep, I'm gonna
have you in the casket doing a split.
Finance, wealth, and growth. It's Money Mondays on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, it is about that time. We got the one and only Janai Thornton on with us this morning. All those students recently returned to college. So now is the time for high school seniors and returning college students. Should be looking for scholarships for the fall 2024 through spring 2025 school year. Our money expert, Janai Thornton, is here to help you get your part in the $46 billion in scholarships that are awarded annually. Janai, good morning. Break all of this down for us. Good morning.
Janai.
We are so happy to have you. Break all that down, Janai. $46 billion. I mean,
$46 billion is awarded annually. So why in the world do we still end up racially getting more student loans than any other group? Black women are number one for getting student loans, and I think a lot of it, Ricky, has to do with the fact that we don't really understand the timing when we really begin looking for scholarships. So let me level set for everybody. Number one, the process for looking for scholarships starts a lot earlier than what people think. So if you have a graduating high school student, or if you have a student who's returning to college, right now is the time to be completing applications. A lot of folks start looking for money in the spring semester. You're really looking too late. So you want to be completing applications. Again, that's for the graduating seniors and returning college students. But for everyone else, if you have a freshman through junior student, you need to be familiarizing yourself with the process now. And let me explain to you the reason why. Because, listen, you got to understand, what's the GPA for certain scholarships? Maybe they have to have a certain number of community service hours. You need to be building your student's profile through 9th through 11th grade, so when senior year hits, you are ready to go.
So, Janai, where's the best place to actually look for these college scholarships?
Roxy, what people overlook a lot of times, I think, is directly at the schools that your students are interested in. So, yes, you should be communicating with the financial aid office. Yes, you should be looking at these schools' websites. But you got to go a level deeper. You need to be looking or talking to the department. So, say, for example, I'm an Aggie. Your child wants to attend North Carolina A&T and study engineering. You need to be contacting the School of Engineering and finding out what is their pot of money, how much money do they give out annually for scholarships, and what are the qualifications. So get down to the department level at the schools as well, not just at the financial aid level.
Janai, good morning. This is Maria. This is great information, especially, for me with 4 kids. And I've also seen and experienced how important it is to get good grades. Can you talk about the significance of academics and the impact that has on kids getting these opportunities and not having to go into debt? Because I know in the state of Georgia, they have the Hope Scholarship. You automatically get it if you have a 3.0 GPA. Can you talk a little bit about that in terms of developing those habits so that kids are getting good grades to set themselves up to get these scholarships?
And Maria, what you're talking about are our students' academic profile, and grades are absolutely important. There's no question about that. So we do want to make sure consistently, and it's really the first 3 years. If you got a child who's kind of pulling up the rear, trying to double down senior year, you're kind of late because they're looking at your first 3 years of academic progress. But I also want you to look at some other areas too. People don't understand how important community service is. People don't understand how important your student working is. You also want to think about all the other activities. Maybe they're in the bands. Maybe they're in the debate club. Maybe they play a sport. They're looking at this whole profile for your students. So, yes, don't want to ignore the grades, but let's double down and make sure we're approaching this from a holistic perspective and really amplifying the things that our children are doing well, which could be volunteering.
Okay, Janai, I have a question. It's Special K. So if your child maybe has a GED, let's just say, and is community college or barber school or something like that, is there scholarship money available for those kind of things?
Listen, Special K, I'm so happy that you brought this up. Community college is an amazing option for our students. Because remember, your degree is going to tell you where you graduated from, not where you started. If you have a student, listen, I'm not sure how committed they are. They're still trying to find themselves. Please don't burden yourself with that extra debt. And explore the option of community college. A year or 2 there could really be impactful. Also, please check out trade schools. There is such a demand right now for young people with trades, whether it is barber school, electrical, plumbing. We need to encourage our children to check out trade schools. Because remember, y'all, college is really to set them up for their future, not something for them to do for 4 to 6 years. They have to be able to feed themselves.
Because some kids don't have good grades and they give up in that last year of high school, and they feel like they don't have no other options other than like joining the military. So, trades, you learn how to do something, you can actually get out here and make some really good money.
Yeah,
and you can feed yourself for a lifetime with a trade.
Yeah,
you can feed yourself with a lifetime.
And it's a lot of awesome junior colleges. Big shout out to Lawson State. I have a classmate that you could look out. Lawson State turned out a lot of great students, and that's inside of Birmingham, Alabama. So y'all can hit up Keisha, my homie Keisha Mallory on Facebook. She would be happy to work with anybody. We always forget to shout out some of the great junior colleges that's less expensive than the HBCUs because everybody just can't afford to go to school. We sometimes we go for the hype, the band, the Greek life, all that stuff. But there are some wonderful junior colleges like Lawson State, which I support. Keisha Mallory James on Facebook if you're interested in getting your kid into that school. So she's on the staff there. So, Janai, but if anybody have any information, let everybody know how you could be reached.
Well, if you have any questions on scholarships or this whole college process in general, you can certainly follow me on social media at Janai Thornton. That's JINITHORNTON. And I have a ton of resources within my free money community at thankmelater.money. Y'all have an amazing Monday, y'all.
You too.
All right. There it is. Thank you, Janai. It's Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 24 minutes after the hour. We got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Israel is at war around 6:30 a.m. local time on Saturday. Sirens were heard as far as the Tel Aviv area as rockets flew over Israel. Militants from Gaza then entered Israel by land, sea, and air, with some even using paragliders. Hamas claims it is holding more than 100 hostages, and more than 1,000 people have died since the war started 2 days ago. As of this morning, Israel's military says it has retaken control of all communities around Gaza. In other news, a $9,000 reward is being offered for information and connected with last week's on-campus shooting at Morgan State University. Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley provided an update over the weekend, saying ballistic evidence confirms there were 2 shooters involved. Morgan State University has also added more security officers to resident halls. Lastly, our seniors are having a hard time understanding tech lingo. Adults over 65 feel like it's another language. A survey of 2,000 older adults found that terms like hyperlink, phishing, and smishing were confusing to them. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more stories and news headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Well, Dallas Cowboys fans, don't panic, but be a little bit concerned because you got mollywopped by the San Francisco 49ers last night in Sunday Night Football, 42-10. And this is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott threw for 3 interceptions.
Didn't see it coming. As you said, put everything into this and got punched in the mouth. Called a couple of weeks ago, humbling against Arizona, but this may be the most humbling game I've ever been a part of.
There are 2 undefeated teams left in the league. The 49ers is one of them, and the Philadelphia Eagles the other. And yes, Taylor Swift did not attend the Kansas City Chiefs game versus the Minnesota Vikings, so just want to put that out there. Shake up in college football, and Rick, yo, Alabama boys got the job done. It wasn't pretty, but they beat Texas A&M. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize because I'm the one that came on the air and said A&M was going to win.
Apologize because they barely made it.
But doggone it, they made it. And this is the kind of football they're going to have to continue to play and win these tight games.
Offensive line.
Yes, sir. It's not your typical Alabama team, but hey, they got the win. That's all that matters. OU beat Texas. That was going back and forth.
That was a dandy.
Man.
That was a dandy.
Pretty much who had the ball last almost, man. LSU squeaked past Missouri. Unranked Georgia Tech beat number 17 Miami. USC survives a scare versus unranked Arizona. And, of course, Colorado beat Arizona State to become 4-2 on the season. WNBA Finals tipped off also over the weekend. Las Vegas Aces takes Game 1 over the New York Liberty. And that's my quick sports report right there. Hot Spot is happening right now.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 28 minutes after the hour. Brad got the hot spot. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Drake's new album, For All Dogs, is burning up the internet. It's the top streaming album in the world, actually, and it's filled with some interesting songs. So Drake got a little tea on some of his tracks, and in one song, he dissing Rihanna. It's called Fear of Heights. He's saying that he dated better than her, and talked about Travis Scott saying he's anti, and now he's explaining how and why he chose to sleep with Hailey Bieber. I didn't know that. Justin's wife. Oh my goodness!
My God!
Why is he doing that, Gary?
Because he acted like a big queen, honey. Why are you talking?
Yeah, don't
make no sense. That's been a long time ago. If he did do it, you don't do nothing like that.
Yeah, this is.
But that's the new man, or the new man is the new queen. So.
Ooh, according to Drake, Hailey should leave Justin and choose up with him instead. Drake alludes to his short romance with the model on Bahamas Promises. That's the name of the song, Bahamas Promises. On the track, he sings, "Hailey, you're living in my mind for free. And for someone you don't miss, I sure feel like somebody you need, Haley. You ain't got nowhere to be. It's because you should have been with me.
That's so disrespectful.
Wow. That sounds
She
personal.
is a married woman. That is, ooh, no.
That sounds like that maybe Justin and Drake had some words going. Yeah, they got some beef. Man, we don't know about.
That's a real beta move.
Yeah, but the bad part about that, the part that sucks is Justin is not a rapper. If Justin was a rapper, it would be different because then he could come at it with some rap lyrics. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to sing a diss song, a singing song in a diss record back? Like, this is going to create a problem. Why do this? We don't need hip hop to be. Didn't we get
He's
enough
starting
of
to act
Biggie
like
and Pop?
Kanye a little bit doing this.
This is stupid. This is very stupid. Ricky, you said,
Yeah, just, Why everybody just can't make
things
why
that make
everybody
you
just
go,
can't make money and just go home. Make money.
Right. Because it's enough out here. Yeah.
Right. Why is everybody doing the most?
Why
What's
do you
the
have
problem?
To do that?
And then put it on a record.
You already super popular. You giving them, you getting bras thrown at you. You're giving away cars and trucks and scholarships and all kind of stuff. Like, why go this route? But whatever. People gonna do what they want to do. All right, y'all. If there's competition for the most popular Halloween costumes, Barbie and Ariel, the Little Mermaid, are queens of the hill this year, and everything related to those characters is flying off the shelves as well. Now, rep for HalloweenCostumes.com said those two themes have been knocking it out of the park for 2023, as expected with the popularity of their movies, especially Barbie this year. For Barbie, the company's officially licensed costumes have been selling 9 times as much as they did last year, and the site's Barbie-inspired looks have also boosted 40%. As for Ariel, her styles are nearly up 70% in 2023 too, and the company is hoping its inventory will be enough to get them through this spooky season. Y'all believe it or not, the movies aren't the only hot topics in the world of Halloween costumes. We're also told there's been a major spike in interest for Beyonce and Taylor Swift looks, absolutely because of their extremely popular concert tours. That's amazing. I could see little girls wanting to be Beyonce, little black girls, and I could see little white girls wanting to be Taylor Swift because they're amazing.
Gary, what you gonna be for Halloween this year?
I haven't made up my mind yet. I don't know. Who can I be?
Barbie or
You know, I want you to be
what?
A damn NFL player. You need to be a Baltimore Raven linebacker. You need to get you a mustache and a full beard and a hair. Gary, I would love to see it.
And get some dreads on him under his helmet.
Yeah. And then, Gary, we're gonna take you on the football field and throw you some passes.
Yeah.
And stuff. Or a tight end.
He's
no,
already
not
there.
that one.
He's already there.
Can't play
a
tight
wide
end.
receiver.
Oh.
Yeah. That's more like it. For him. Damn. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, let's do a football player this year.
We're gonna see.
What team you play for, Gary?
The Texans.
Okay.
No.
Houston Oilers.
Hold on. What do you play for Special K?
He don't play for the Texans. He don't play for the Oilers. No longer exist.
The what?
No, the Oilers no longer exist. So
You said he used the Oilers?
I'm guessing you would play for the Green Bay Packers.
All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the State of Black America with the current president of the National Urban League, Mark Morial. Mr. Mark, good morning. And I know you want to talk about all the details of the chaos in Congress over keeping the federal government functioning. Or anything else you got for us this morning. How you doing, man?
Hey, Ricky, I'm good to be with you. And let me just say to each and every one of you, happy Indigenous Peoples Day. In some places, it's Italian Heritage Day, and some people may continue to recognize Columbus Day. But I like to recognize Indigenous people on this day, the Native Americans, those who were here before Europeans came and before Europeans brought our ancestors to this land, North America, as enslaved people. So we want to lift them up today. We also certainly note that the government shutdown we discussed in those past few weeks has been temporarily, and I want to underline and underscore, temporarily averted by a 45-day continuing resolution, which simply means continue the current budget in place for an additional 45 days. But up the road, more chaos is highly possible and I think highly likely. Why? The House GOP is in chaos, trying to pick a speaker. The prospects are they could pick a speaker who is a hardliner, who wants to try to shut the government down as leverage And I want everyone to understand, we need to understand, Black America and all of America, to cut the budget, to cut programs like schools, cut programs like housing, cut programs like food stamps, to cut programs like infrastructure, cut programs like broadband connection programs. They want to cut all of this and use the leverage of we will shut the government down unless all of you agree to our ridiculous and obscene and absurd and draconian demands. That is what is up the road. That is what is down the road. That is what the prospects are. And we know many will be working to ensure that that does not happen, because there is a bipartisan consensus amongst the American people for investments in people, for a budget that makes good sense and that puts human needs first. So we will continue to monitor, watch, and update you as these discussions continue. We want to thank all of those who weighed in to our call to action to avert the government shutdown and to let people know, let the members of Congress know to put human needs and people first in any budget discussion. Also want to celebrate today the appointment of LaFonza Butler being appointed as a United States Senator on an interim basis to replace the now deceased Dianne Feinstein. Dianne Feinstein, who served with distinction as a member of the United States Senate, was also the former mayor of the city of San Francisco. And many may not remember she became mayor of San Francisco under difficult circumstances when the mayor then, George Moscone, and another supervisor, Harvey Milk, first LGBTQ elected official in the United States, were assassinated, and Dianne Feinstein became mayor of San Francisco before becoming a U.S. Senator. So while we mourn her, celebrate her life, we want to also congratulate LaFonza Butler. Now, who is she? She is a labor leader, the president of Emily's List. She's worked for fair wages for workers. She's helped to defend the choice of women to make their own decisions with respect to their health. She's the first openly LGBTQ black woman to serve in the U.S. Senate, and only the third black woman in U.S. history to serve in the United States Senate. She participated in the State of Black America podcast last year while she was serving as president of Emily's List. She is an outstanding leader. She's going to put people first. Now, she serves on an interim basis because there's a Senate race in California that'll take place next year to fill the position on a long-term basis. She attended an HBCU, Jackson State University, and she credits several of her professors who were both SNCC and core organizers who instilled in her a commitment to social justice and activism. So we want to remember that name because she is now a U.S. Senator, the fourth black person in the United States Senate at this particular time, 3 Democrats and 1 Republican. And we look forward to her bringing it, if you will, Ricky, and representing not only the state of California, but representing the interest of people everywhere. So that is the State of Black America for today. I want to remind people about the Ronald Green case. Ronald Green, a number of activist activities taking place. Look it up online. The young man who was killed by Louisiana State troopers some time ago, family being represented by Ben Crump and other lawyers. We must continue to demand justice for Ronald Green. Ronald Green, again, look him up. Keep your eye on that case. We know we have many cases we've got to keep our eye on, but we've got to be vigilant against police violence. We've got to be vigilant to strengthen police-community relations. We've got to be vigilant to say that the system must hold those that commit police misconduct accountable. That's what we want. Accountability is justice. So, Ricky, that's the State of Black America today. I'm Mark Morial. Follow me across all social media. Yes, that's Twitter, now known as X, Instagram, and Facebook. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week on the radio. Once again, Mark Morial, and this is the State of Black America.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Morial, Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.